Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video about Assassin's Creed Origins. So we've got some more information coming from Ubiblog and collated by Access the Animus. So I'll leave a link in the description to their post where they've collated all of this information. I'm going to run through it, talk about it, give my opinion. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this brand new information for Assassin's Creed Origins. So first up, we've got some information talking towards the open world. Durand says, when you look at precise points, you realize that we play a lot with sizes and the distance. But wherever you are in the world, you know where you're located. You have landmarks to look at and orient yourself. You can see some of the mountains to help you understand where you are. You can use the pyramids to know where you're at, or the lighthouse in Alexandria. So I think they're playing a lot with, scale and size and things like that to show you where you are in the world. So by standing somewhere and looking around you, you'll be able to see, oh, so that's there, I must be this sort of area. So you don't necessarily have to always open up the map to see where you are. And I think that's going to be super interesting. He says, in 49 BCE, the country's population was a mix of native Egyptians and pockets of Greeks. Greeks have been part of Egypt's cultural makeup for about 1500 years before the events of Assassin's Creed Origins, which pretty much means there's going to be a ton of Greek influence within the world. He goes on to say, after Egypt's conquest by Alexander the Great in 332 BCE, Ptolemy installs himself as the founder of the new dynasty of pharaohs. As a result, Greeks had lived in Egypt as a privileged class for more than 250 years, and their influence had a dramatic effect on the country's landscape. Alexandria was the center of the new Greco-Egyptian culture that combined both traditions to create something unique in Egypt. The next thing he said is that there are a lot of deserts, but a lot of them are unique. Ishmael then says the White Desert has very uniquely structured rocks and is built off of the real White Desert. The Black Desert, which is close by, is a very foreign environment that does feel a little bit alien. And then the sand dunes, we have a system that runs in these deserts. We try to make the desert experience feel unique in itself. The next point is that Siwa, Bayek's home village, plays a key role in Egypt's history. Before invading Egypt, Alexander the Great traveled across hundreds of miles of desert to visit Siwa's oasis of Amun. The Oracle allegedly judged Alexander to be not only divine, but the legitimate pharaoh of Egypt. This means Siwa's going to be possibly a huge part of the game. We already know it's Bayek's home, so that's, incredibly integral, but in terms of other ways, such as what we've seen here, it's very possible that this oracle they're talking about, or perhaps something else, could lead towards, First Civilization being involved within the game, which I do think will influence Bayek heavily. The arena and hippodrome are both integrated into the main storylines, but quickly become optional objectives that offer unique encounters and rewards, which is something we already knew. The next point is that at the time of Cleopatra, there are no known rebels that are against the reign, and the reason for that is if there were rebels, their names were erased from history. We know the names of some rebels from other time periods during the reign of Cleopatra's ancestors. One is Herwennefer, another is Ankh-Makis. Oh god. They are very popular in Egyptian history and with good sources of inspiration for the unique rebels in the game. Pretty much everyone in Cleopatra's ancestry had been killed, assassinated, drowned in the Nile or something like that. So in a very short amount of time, they changed the person on the throne very, very often and very quickly, and created a lot of confusion and devalued the sacred pharaoh. It tarnished the luster of the rulers of Egypt. In the game, Ptolemy XIII appears to have full support of a masked secret society calling itself the Order of the Ancients, which is super interesting. I'm pretty certain the Order of the Ancients is going to become Templars at some point, possibly not even in the game, but I do believe that the Order of the Ancients will become the Templars in the future, possibly after Assassin's Creed Origins. But like I said, they are the ones pulling the strings in the background and seem to be controlling Ptolemy XIII, and possibly, I would say that's the reason why Cleopatra ended up being exiled, because they wanted, they had control of Ptolemy XIII, and so it was like, well, exile Cleopatra, and then we have full control of the country. So I'm assuming these are going to be the Templars, and going to be the full, sort of the rivaling force to Bayek's assassin order. Cleopatra's fortunes took a dramatic turn thanks to the intervention of Julius Caesar. When Caesar arrived in Alexandria, Cleopatra's brother had forbidden her from entering the city. With the help of a follower, Apollodorus, she snuck into the palace where Caesar was staying, rolled up in a rug by some accounts, and met with the Roman ruler in secret, convincing him to support her claim and ultimately becoming his lover. I did make some mistakes in an earlier video saying they were married. That was a mistake on my part. I didn't even think they were married, I just said it, but they were lovers, is what I was essentially alluding to, because they had a kid, you know, they had a thing together, so my mind immediately, as I was making the video, jumped to being married, when that's not at all the case. She was married to Mark Antony, not to Julius Caesar, but Julius Caesar and Cleopatra did have a thing, and they also had a kid, so there's that. And the last point is, like Siwa itself, Bayek is somewhat remote from the daily realities and politics of the rest of Egypt. Where the Medjay have fallen out of favor with the Ptolemies, they've been largely replaced by the fucking, what is that word? The Phylakitai. Okay. A Greek-influenced police force with newer methods, different priorities, and a wider reach than the Medjay. So, you know, like we knew, this is going to be Bayek adjusting to the new world. He's going to have this power struggle with who does he side with? Does he side with Cleopatra? Does he side with Ptolemy? Probably not at all. He looks like, you know, the Joffrey of Assassin's Creed. And then, you know, this is going to be incredibly interesting. This is an incredibly interesting storyline. I love finding out the history. That's something that, with Assassin's Creed Origins, I've really been into the history, and that's something that I haven't really been into since the Ezio trilogy. Like, I was never really interested in, you know, the American Revolution, the French Revolution, Industrial Revolution, you know, pirates, I mean, are cool, for sure, but I was never into it as much as I was with the Italian Renaissance. That's something that I was hugely into and used to research a lot, and that'll be something I'm sure I'm going to do after playing Assassin's Creed Origins. I hope the database is extensive and we can go through that and you have those cool videos like I had in AC2, because honestly, I just love the history of this. I think the history of Assassin's Creed 2 was awesome. I think the history of AC1 was awesome. I think this game has nailed that again, giving us an awesome time period to explore that's not too in your face, but really does summarize, you know, this is what people know about Egypt. But I just can't wait to learn more. I can't, because I'm not going to research the history before the game, because I'll probably end up spoiling things for myself, but I will be researching the game hugely after I finish the main story, because I just want to know about this time period. It's just super interesting. It's one of them things that I just hope they continue with Assassin's Creed. I hope this game nails it, and hope they continue to nail it based on what this game did. This could mean a new era of Assassin's Creed to flourish like it did originally, but in a beautiful new way. So hopefully that's the case. So thanks for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Leave in the comment section below possible topics you guys want me to talk about. I'm looking for topics in terms of video essays regarding anything. Could be Assassin's Creed, maybe not, but also topics for rambly videos where I just sit and I just talk about a topic for a little bit, because a lot of people did enjoy when I did that about the DLCs. So if you're into that, then go ahead, leave me a topic in the description, in the comments, and let me know specifically what you want it for. You like, leave me a topic and go, I'd like you to ramble about this, or I'd like a video essay about this. Let me know, because I always like making videos that you guys would like me to make. And also you can go ahead and tweet me them on Twitter. So my link's in the description to Twitter, so you can go follow me and you can tweet me them there, because I mean, like, there's a lot of comments and not as many tweets, so I'd be more likely to see a tweet if you tweet it to me. But thanks for joining me, thanks for watching, subscribe to stay up to date, and I'll see you all next time.